We're here at the Stoneleigh Hotel in Dallas to talk to Carol Burnett, and as you know, she is starring currently in Calamity Jane. So we want to say, Carol, what a pleasure it is to see you again this year.
Thank you very much, Father. It's good to be back.
Listen, I hesitate to ask you what's new, because if I don't have an hour and a half, it's a dangerous question. My gosh, everything in the world has happened to you since I saw you last. You just completed the film.
Yes.
What's the name of this now?
It's called Who's Been Sleeping in My Bed with Dean Martin. Dean Martin.
You said that,
Carol. It's in color, and that's a Paramount picture. I don't co-star in it with Dean. I'm in it. Elizabeth Montgomery is his leading lady. I play kind of a combination role of Eve Arden, Thelma Ritter, and Phil Silvers. You know, that part where you're always in everybody's way, and you never get the fella, you know.
Yeah.
And you wind up getting everybody into a big mess and then solving it at the end of the movie.
When is it going to be released?
I think around Thanksgiving or Christmas. I'm not sure.
In that turkey time.
Yeah,
and no
there.
pun intended.
Right in there. Well, I hope not. It was fun doing it, but I must say it was the hardest job I ever had to do.
In what way, Carol?
The movies, I don't understand how people can do them and enjoy working in movies.
Do you
Actors.
really mean that?
To me, it's a director's and a cameraman's medium, really. You know, they really hold all the cards. And you sit around and you wait, and there's no audience to really get you excited or spur you on, and you have to do a scene maybe 5 or 6 times because maybe a light wasn't right or the sound wasn't right. And maybe you felt right, but that doesn't make any difference. They have to do it again, and then when you didn't think it was so hot, they say, oh, it was perfect because all the equipment and the lighting and everything was fine. And they go right ahead with that, and you get so frustrated.
Yeah.
And maybe you're there from 5 in the morning until 6 at night, and if you're lucky, they may have shot 3 minutes worth of film in that time.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to doing everything very fast and going right through it, as on Gary Moore's show. You know, they tape a show in an hour with an audience, and I was going crazy.
What did you do when you were sitting around waiting for them to adjust things?
Getting a big spread. I'm kind of bored, you know.
Because you take up chess or pinochle or anything.
You could do that, you know, or I'd go into the dressing room and read, or if it would be very foolish to take a nap, because when they were ready for you, you get there and you'd be kind of half asleep, you know. Yeah. And so the only thing to do would be to run out and get a Coke or a glass of water, some refreshment, and then you wind up eating all day, you know, to keep yourself awake.
Yeah.
Or reading. And I really tip my hat to movie actors who can make it come off spontaneously.
You think you'll do another one?
I don't think they're going to want me. I don't know. I don't know. I like the people. I loved working with Dean. He was marvelous, and Elizabeth and the director and the crew and everything. They were all funny and wonderful people. But it was a difficult thing for me as a performer to adjust to without an audience, because that's the most fun.
Well, of course, I think that every performer kind of feels that way about it, Carol. But get back now to your Calamity Jane. You're going to go to New York and tape it now for TV. Yes. And when will we see the TV version?
November.
Everything's coming in November.
Yes.
Well, they're going to have to trim it now, aren't they?
Yes, we have to cut, I think, about 40 minutes, something like that, out of it. It's a 90-minute show. It'll be an hour and a half. I think November 12th, we'll be preempting a Gary Moore show. It'll be Tuesday night, keeping it all in the family. And so we're busy now while we're here cutting the script and revising it so that if it's an hour and a half, you can only do 78 minutes worth of show, because then there are 6 commercials during that time that you have to allow for, you know. Yeah. And so it's kind of hard, because something has to go, you know, that you like in the show down here that we're doing in Dallas, and you have to sacrifice it. You know, it has to wind up being cut.
Well, we'll be looking for it in November. Now then, your Broadway show is going to come along in the spring.
That's May, yes.
Yeah, and what is the name of this?
It's called A Girl to Remember.
And you'll be the girl to remember.
The movies in the 30s when sound was just coming in.
That ought to be fun.
I think that's going to be lots of fun.
Has the cast been set besides?
Well, the leading man this is a marvelous thing that happened. The leading man is a young fellow named Dick Patterson, who is, really, he's an individual in his own right, but he's very much like a Dick Van Dyke, Jack Lemmon kind of a performer.
Oh, what a beautiful
And
combination.
he and I went to UCLA together.
Oh.
We were in college together, and we had always wanted to work in the varsity shows or various theater arts department productions together at college and never made it. And now this is our first chance to work
That's
together,
great.
and it's in a Broadway show, and it's both of our first Broadway shows.
That's great.
You know, so we're thrilled.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to get up there to see it myself.
Oh, you must come.
Well, of course, I can't resist asking you if you've picked out any names yet for the baby.
No, we're arguing, and we've got to the point where now I'm going to name it Fido or Rover. I don't care. Because nothing pleases me, and I can't please my husband with the name, you know. Because I named all my dogs people's names. I have a dog named Bruce. So I could just think, would you like to meet my daughter Rover? That would be pretty terrible. I don't know. I think it's going to come as a surprise to all of us. The last desperate moment writing it down on those birth certificates.
Yes, you'll be going through all these books that
Mhm.
people go through.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll come up with something even more original than a Rover and Fido.
Oh, I hope so. I'm really not settled on that.
And you don't, do you care if which it is, boy or
No,
girl?
it's funny. When I was a little girl, I always used to think how nice it would be to have a son. But now, you don't care, at least I don't, as long as it's healthy, and, you know.
It generally gets to that point,
Of
doesn't it?
course, oh
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Are you getting interested in looking at clothes for children and that kind of thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
oh yes.
Yeah.
In a way, you hope then it'll be a little girl because they're such cute things. But then there are a few little boys who'd come to the theater who've seen Calamity, and I said, well, I want him. You know, and then I'll see a cute little girl. No, I want her.
Carol, have you had a chance to see any of the rehearsals going on for Music Man?
I think they just started,
Uh-huh.
and of course they don't like you to come to the first rehearsals. It's not quite fair for the people who are trying to learn the things, you know, and I believe if they will allow us to, and I think they will, let us see the dress rehearsal right after we close.
Uh-huh.
And I would love to because I'm a very big fan of Eddie Albert.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing him. And of course, your own show here, you're in great danger, if that's the proper word, of topping your record of last year, and that
Well,
set
that'd be
the all-time high.
very nice if we did.
Well, I hope you do, Carol, and it's been a real pleasure having
Thank
this
you,
visit
Bobbie.
with you again.
Thank you.
And I hope that if it's whatever it is, a boy or a girl, that it's healthy and that everything is just
Bless you. Thank you.
happy as can be for you,
Thank
Carol.
you.
There's no one more deserving.
Bless you. Thank you very much.